What if your retirement plan has never been fully challenged? And when I say plan, I don't just mean something written down. For many people, their plans exist in their head. Years of decisions, savings, investments, experience built over time. But as retirement gets closer, some things begin to shift. People start wondering, how does all this actually work together? How does it fit together? Because having pieces in place is not the same as having them fully examined together. If a doctor told you that you needed major surgery, most people would pause before moving forward. They would ask for a second opinion, not because they distrust the first doctor, but because important decisions deserve confirmation. Retirement deserves that same level of care. Hi, I'm Vicki Joern, a financial advocate helping individuals navigate important financial decisions as life evolves. And as retirement moves closer, people often shift from feeling confident to wanting clarity. They're not asking, do we have a plan? They're asking, has it really been examined? That's different. That's a different mindset. And it usually happens at a very specific moment when retirement stops being abstract and starts feeling very real. I remember a moment that captured this clearly. The couple looked at me and said, "We feel good about what we've done." Then came a pause. "We just want to make sure we're not missing something." They had done well. They were disciplined, organized. Their accounts were in place. But what they were really asking was this: does everything actually work together? Because retirement is not just a collection of decisions. It's how those decisions interact over time. Income sources begin overlapping. Tax treatment starts to matter more. Timing decisions carry more weight. And what once felt simple can become layered. That is why thoughtful retirees seek a second opinion, not to replace what they've done, but to understand it more clearly. They want to know how this plan behaves, not just today, but over time. You're in a different phase of your life. When people slow down and truly review what they built, 3 points usually rise to the surface. First, how income will flow, where it comes from, when it shows up, how consistent it feels year after year. Because retirement income is rarely one source. It often comes from several places. And one of the questions people begin asking is, which account do we actually draw from first? How do these income sources work together if markets fluctuate? And we've seen that a lot. And will income still feel steady and reliable over time? Those answers are not always obvious until everything is looked at together. Second, the impact of taxes. Not whether taxes exist, because we know they will, but how decisions affect them over time and how withdrawals are treated. Very important. What happens as income shifts? And sometimes the question becomes, how will this affect our taxable income year after year? Could Social Security become more taxable than expected? Will income decisions quietly affect Medicare premiums? These aren't things people ignore. They simply are things that often haven't been fully connected yet. Third, Flexibility, because life rarely follows a straight path. Spending can change, priorities can shift, unexpected moments can happen, and people start wondering what happens if something changes, if we need more income or less, if you're a couple, if one of us is no longer here. A thoughtful plan should allow room to adjust, not feel fixed or rigid. I remember someone who said something that stayed with me. I didn't realize how many decisions were connected. That realization changes everything because most risks don't come from careless choices. They come from unchallenged assumptions, assuming something was a certain way and it's not. And sometimes those assumptions feel fine until life tests them. That's why this matters so much to me. Not because people haven't done well, but because this stage of life deserves more depth, more clarity, more thoughtful review. A second opinion is not about doubt, it's about discipline. It's about recognizing that important decisions deserve to be looked at carefully from more than one perspective. This conversation is not about whether you have a plan, it's about whether what you built has been fully examined, because retirement is too important to rely on assumptions, and clarity is what allows confidence to grow. Please like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone approaching retirement. And as you think about your own situation, consider this. What part of your plan have you never fully challenged? That question alone can change what comes next. And remember, to be financially prepared for today and the uncertainties of tomorrow.